Hey guys, I know you guys hate having your garage door sounding loud, and if you're tired of hearing all those squeaky noises, the clanking when it's opening, sounding like it's about to die, stay with me in this video. I'm going to show you a simple maintenance procedure that you can do from the start to finish, so you'll be able to keep your garage door nice and quiet. The best thing about it is it takes less than 20 minutes, so if you're up for it, let me show you exactly how to do it. Let's get at it. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time here, welcome, and to all my longtime subscribers, of course, welcome back. All right guys, today I got a quick and easy DIY video for you to maintain your garage. If your garage door is squeaking, if the hinges sound all wobbly, the rollers don't sound like they're doing their good job, they're grinding, or if the chain and the motor just sound loud, this is a simple maintenance that you guys can do if you guys want to remedy all of these things. The best part about it is, in under 20 minutes, you can get this garage door sounding like new. Now, I want you to stay with me through the end because I'm going to break this video up into all the relevant sections that may apply to you. We're going to talk about lubricating the springs. We're going to talk about lubricating the hinges. We're going to talk about lubricating the rollers. We're going to talk about lubricating the motor track. And we're going to talk about cleaning the track that the rollers roll in. Once we've covered all of those bases and you've maintained all of those things, your garage door is going to sound like new. And if you follow these steps, every time you maintain your garage, you'll have a garage that's going to last you for years, and it's going to be the envy of all your friends because it's going to be super quiet. As usual, everything that I use in this video is going to be left in the links in the description. So before you start this project, there are a couple things that you need to know. One of them is a tip that you're going to want to stay till the end for. And the thing that you need to know before you start this project is which lubricant you're going to use for your garage door. All right, before we begin, I want to get this thing straight and tell you guys this from the onset. I have 3 lubricants here that a lot of people see and use whenever they're thinking about lubricating their garage door. And I just want to let you guys know off the rip. Of these 3, there's one of them that you should never use whenever you're lubricating your garage. I'll give you one guess. It's probably the one that you've used the most and that everybody uses. It's this one. It's regular WD-40. Whenever you're lubricating your garage door, you do not want to use regular WD-40. Why? Because WD-40 is actually a degreaser, and it will collect dust and dust particles that will cling to your hinges or your track or your wheels or whatever, and actually make your garage door run less smoothly. So first and foremost, do not use regular WD-40 whenever you're lubricating your garage door hinges or whatever you're using on your garage door. These 2 are by far the better options. This one is WD-40 with silicone. You can use this. This one will work fine. But the one that I do recommend and I'm going to use is the one that is white lithium grease. Get the WD-40 with white lithium grease. Why? Because this one will collect less dust, and it will actually lubricate your springs and your hinges, and it's good for metal on metal contact, which, if you don't know, that's why your garage door is making a lot of noise. All right, so I got my decibel meter, and I'm going to go ahead and open the garage door so you guys can hear exactly how loud this thing is. All right, with that out the way, now we have a baseline for what our garage door sounds like. Let's go ahead and start with the first step, which is lubricating our springs. Now, located above your garage, you're going to have springs. Some of them have 2 springs, like in my case, and some of them have 1 spring. Whenever you're lubricating your springs, you want to stay away from the area here close to the end. Pretty much, you want to give yourself some room to work with in this area here, as well as the same thing over here. Just keep yourself away from the spring because these things are under tension and you don't want anything breaking or snapping while you're actually working on your springs. Now, lubricating the springs are pretty easy. As long as you stay away from this zone here, you can go ahead and spray the lithium grease all over your springs, giving it a nice even coat, making sure that you cover the entire spring if you can, and wipe up any excess as usual with your rag if you need to. And then you can go ahead and repeat the process on the other spring. Now, once you're done lubricating the spring, that's pretty much it. So now let's move on to the next step, which is lubricating the hinges. Now let's go ahead and lubricate our hinges. And as you can see here, these are where your hinges are located. Now on my garage door, I have hinges running from here all the way down this side right here, as well as down below here on this level here, we have another 5. And at the bottom, I have another 5. So I have a total of 15 hinges. You may not have that many, or you may have more depending on the size of your garage door. But this is what I want you to do. You want to make sure you take your grease and make sure you have this hose attachment. This is what's going to be key whenever you're lubricating them. And all you want to do is you want to put a little bit on the hinge itself, making sure that you get it around the edges here in the corner. Anywhere where there's metal on metal contact, you want to go ahead and spray and make sure that you get the hinge lubricated properly. Now it's okay if you have a little drip, but that's why you want to have your towel handy. Anything that's dripping or any excess you can go ahead and catch, and go ahead and make sure you clean it up once you're done. All right, once you're done with all your hinges, the next thing is we're going to move on to lubricating the rollers and the roller pins. Now let's go ahead and lubricate the rollers and the roller hinges. In my case, I have a long roller pin. You may have a 4-inch pin. Mine is a 7-inch pin, but whatever it is, it doesn't really matter. What you want to do is you want to focus on the areas, just like the regular hinges themselves. We're going to focus on getting our lubricant in the hinge pins here, 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 and on the roller bearing itself right here. Now you're not lubricating the wheels, you just want to try and spray a little bit inside the bearing in here, and well as the hinge here, here, here. And that's where the hose comes in handy, because you can direct the lubricant in, and all you want to do is go ahead and spray it evenly on all the hinge parts, all the moving parts where there's metal on metal contact. You want to get a good lubricant spray inside there. And of course, any excess that you have, you can go ahead and wipe it up with your cloth whenever you're done. Now for the rollers themselves, all you want to do is put a little bit of a spray inside and see if you can get it in the roller bearings themselves. And that's about it. And once you have that done, any excess, you're going to go ahead and wipe it up so that you don't have anything dripping down. And once you're done with that, that's pretty much it. Now you're going to go ahead and rinse and repeat this for the entire door. Now there's some of the rollers that are located at the bottom that you're going to have to probably open the door to get to these hinge pins, but it's no problem. Just take your time, work your way all the way around until all of the pins are lubricated. Now once you're done lubricating all the roller pins and the hinges, you're pretty much down the home stretch. One tip of advice that I do give people sometimes is when you're lubricating them, you can always hold the hinge pin. You may have seen me doing it, and move them back and forth while you spray a little bit of the lithium grease in there, just to let it get inside and lubricate the pins as well. All right, you've lubricated all your hinges, all your rollers, and you've lubricated the spring. You can go ahead and open and close your door for a little bit and see if that helps. And if it does, you're pretty much on the home stretch. There are two more items, however, that we want to go ahead and pay attention to. The next one is going to be our motor track. And with this one, we're going to go ahead and do a quick lubrication, and then we're going to move on to the final and most important step that I recommend whenever you're maintaining your garage door, and that's the track. Now let's go ahead and lubricate the track as well as the hinge pins that's connected to here, as well as to your door. If you look on the track here, what you want to do whenever you're lubricating this is pretty simple. First of all, this one is a chain drive. You may have a belt drive, but whichever one you have, the steps are going to be the same. If you do have a belt drive, please try not to get any of the lubricant on the belt. You want it on the track where the follower runs on, and not on the belt itself. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and take your cloth and you want to clean the track all the way up and down and get it nice and clean, and making sure there's no oil or debris or dirt or anything in the track itself. And once you have that done, you want to go all the way down your track on both sides, and then you guessed it, just hit it with a bit of the lithium grease, just a little bit down the track. And once you have that, you can wipe off any excess. You just want it slightly lubricated, and that's pretty much it. Now there's a hinge pin on here that you can spray to get a little bit of lubrication on as well. Now since you're up here, you want to make sure that you get all the areas, including the hinge pins that are attached to the follower, as well as all the bolts that are on the rod itself. Once you're done lubricating the motor track and you got everything nice and clean and well lubricated, then you're pretty much done and you're on to the last step. So hopefully you've stayed through it, and all we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and clean the tracks, making sure that our rollers roll nice and free. Let's jump into it and let's finish this thing up. All right, now we can go ahead and talk about the last part about maintaining the garage door, which is maintaining and cleaning your tracks. Contrary to popular belief, everybody thinks lubricate this thing with grease or WD-40 is what's going to keep your rollers running nice and smooth. It's the opposite. Now, if you look at this track here, you can see all the buildup inside here from whoever lubricated this, put grease in here, and there's heavy buildup. As you can see here, we got a lot of grease buildup and gunk that's built up over time inside the track. Now, in order to clean out the track, you're going to need a couple things. You're going to need your towels. This one is crappy and dirty, as you can see, but you're going to need some brake cleaner or some parts cleaner or something like that. And you're going to need this to spray and remove all that grease and buildup inside that track. And it's pretty simple. All you got to do is spray it in and wipe the track clean and get it as spotless as you can. Now, you may go through a bunch of rags, as you can see here, but just rinse and repeat. Go ahead, spray down the track and make sure you get it as clean as possible, and then wipe it out with a clean rag to make sure that all that oil and gunk and debris is out of the track and you have the track nice and new. This may take you a few tries and you may go through a can or two of parts cleaner depending on how much gunk you have built up in there. But trust me, at the end of the day, once this track is clean, you're going to notice a hell of a difference. Once you've gotten it all out of your track and you've cleaned it, you want to clean the inside here as well as the overhead track that's running inside your garage. You want to get inside and you want to clean out the inside completely, getting it nice and smooth. And that's going to be the last step that you're going to need to clean your garage door and get it running nice and quiet. Now I got my meter. Let's go ahead and see how it sounds when we open the garage. All right, as you can see, that worked out perfect. The garage sounds much better than it did before. And I know that I have the peace of mind that all the parts are now lubricated well and the garage should last me a lot longer. Now, if you guys found this helpful, don't forget, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel and follow me for all DIY content. And of course, I always appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this helped. And until next time, I'll catch you guys in the next video.